Oh, hi, Carrie.
Hi.
Can you see me?
Nope.
Okay, I need to.
But my I'm
No,
so off today. It's
it's
not.
mine. I actually have, let me just turn that off and see if that helps. Um, I
Head
might
out.
have to, I'm gonna have to go out and come back in. So I'm gonna make you
Okay.
host. I'm gonna transfer host to you.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
just so that uh
I'm gonna go out to my yoga studio and get out of the racket of the house.
yeah. Okay, I'll be right back.
Sounds good. There you are.
There we go. Yeah, it's the program that I'm using for my morning meditations. I still had it up on my tabs and I need to exit right out of it because it claims all my equipment, my camera and everything.
Oh
So
wow.
so I've been trying a program called StreamYard. And so I've been doing the morning meditations on StreamYard and I stopped using it for like it'll allow me to record um YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Hi Anna. All at once
Oh,
and also allows me to put music in. But I stopped using it for Instagram because I don't like how it's showing up on Instagram. Like it's horizontal instead of a nice clean image. And now YouTube is getting fussy about the music that I put in there because it was actually uh, a music clip that I purchased like years and years and years ago. And
yeah.
so I don't know where my receipt is, but now they're saying that I'm using this music and I don't have permission to. And I'm like, oh, dang it. So now I need to find some new meditation music that I can purchase and but a lot of the places where you can download music, like royalty-free music type of thing or no copyright music, they want you to have a monthly payment for it. And then you have access to all of it. It's like, no, I just need one or two. I just need to purchase one or two songs and that'll be all I need for now. So I'm still looking for that, but oh, which reminds me, I forgot to add my meditation into my app this morning. It's been a busy morning here. Lots going on. Oh, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Kind of readjusting. Left for the weekend for a nice little Mother's Day getaway and crashed on my mountain bike, but
Oh
it's
no.
not bad, but just
Oh,
fell over.
that could have been though. Oh my
My
gosh.
my legs all cut up, but my kids think I'm still really young. They still think I'm in my 30s and they
Oh, well,
take me adventures. And I told my son-in-law he wasn't getting a Father's Day present.
oh my gosh. Well, are you okay? No.
Oh yeah, I have my amethyst healing bed that has far infrared, And I laid on that for an hour this morning, and it's amazing how effective it is. So,
What? Tell me more about this amethyst healing bed.
well, I'll just show
Hi, Jill. Hi, Osho, just to say hi. Yeah.
mine. That's kind of messy because I didn't clean up after myself, but I have it on my massage table. It's can you go? Oh, I better turn my camera around, huh? So it's a
Wow.
full 6 foot.
What? It's full of amethyst.
Yeah, and then their little red spots are far infrared. And then there's jade too in the circles.
Wow.
So it's here's the healthy line is the company.
Oh,
My daughter had gotten it when she first found out she had cancer and used it a lot.
right.
So and I ended up with it, and man, tell you what, after a day of beating myself up, it's amazing. When
Oh,
we
I
got back
bet.
from our trip, and those long plane rides just kill my back. So I'll just go lay on it for half an hour to an hour, and I'm all better.
Oh my gosh, what a
Wow.
beautiful uh gift to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I know that, Lake Louise, I think I mentioned this last week, was Lake Louise has the bed of amethyst underneath it apparently.
Oh, okay.
And that's why people are attracted to that spot, is because it makes you feel better. It's healing, right? And yeah. Oh, I'm gonna look that up. That is very cool. Man, surround yourself with crystals, right? Like
Yeah.
just keep pulling them in more and more and more. I know it's funny because like this year I said, I don't want any more small crystals. I need some big crystals. Like I want big crystals on my living room table, on my desk, everywhere. Like I just want the big ones now. So, but I haven't saved up enough for them yet because they are quite an investment. So,
Well, if you want to go to Tucson during the gem show in
mhm.
the first week of February,
Oh,
it actually lasts 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks of February. Sometimes it starts in January. You can get some really good deals on crystals, and
ah,
all the dealers go down there because the people from Brazil come in, and Germany, and all the big crystal, not makers, but the people digging them out of the ground.
well, that sounds like a good road trip
It's fabulous.
or a
And
flight. I might take a flight.
yeah, you can fly into Tucson, but
Although I could bring it back in my car, right?
yeah. Well, a lot of people just rent a giant, not even, a small to large U-Haul when they get down there,
Right.
and then take home their haul. Because I mean,
Wow.
if you want big crystals, they have cathedrals that are,
Oh,
12, 15 feet high, and
oh my gosh.
amazing. This weekend, well, I'd been helping this woman who was having some digestive difficulties, and she happens to be a dealer over in Spokane area. And it was through a mutual friend, and she gave me a nice big amethyst crystal, about this big. It was with like a cathedral, but a smaller one, but like cut. And then a sphere of rose quartz about this big.
Wow.
But yeah.
Wow.
That size up here in Canada, like this size, you're looking at like $500 or more, like at least. Now, it
Yeah.
used to be better when I first started collecting crystals. Like I think this crystal here might have cost me $10 or $15 at the most. And now they're, $40 for this or more. This is
Well, anybody that wants to go down will probably be going down this coming year, 2025.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, you're gonna have to post that to remind me.
I can start doing, we have a timeshare down there, and so I can not rent, but use our points.
Okay,
there.
so we're having a retreat down with
Mhm.
Carrie in February.
That would be
Okay.
great.
We'll all contribute.
I
Cool.
can get 1 or 2 bedrooms. I'll look into it right now and see if I can reserve them, and then if people don't want to come, they can just, I can just cancel it 2 weeks before, but
Oh,
Wow.
well, that sounds very cool. That sounds like the place to go and stock up our crystals and for
Yeah,
sure.
they
How
have a bus you can ride around, and that's all the different.
so
they
it's
complete-
huge.
They completely take over the town. They have this big sports arena, and they take that over, and then they put up those they're kind of like Quonset huts with they've got a covering, so they're enclosed buildings, but
Right.
they're kind of like you'd use for an extra carport or something, but they're huge, like hundreds of vendors.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty fun.
Wow. Can you imagine the energy there? Osho, you
It-
want to take a flight? Take a flight over to the States and join us? Yeah.
Well, there are quite a few dealers from India that come over.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, I bet you're worldwide.
Columbia emeralds,
Mhm.
diamond. Yeah, it's just amazing. A lot of people from Brazil.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So beautiful. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I want to start with a meditation this morning with you guys. Something's coming through for us oh, there's Lori. Yay. For us to tap into, to activate. But how are you doing? We can do a quick round of checking in before we do our meditation. So, Anna, how's things going? Good?
Well, it was fun Mother's Day. My 2 boys came, and well, it was too short. They left, and so it had been good. Had been good. So
Good.
everything is good. I did, and I haven't posted. I did a sunflowers paint. So I put it in the living room, and so they like it, and so we enjoy it. We have a good time. We went to
Oh.
the beach, and it was
Oh,
nice.
So
It was
nice.
nice, and I have fun
So
and
nice.
with the babies.
Good.
It's
Good. You
so
got to get
different.
filled up.
It's different with 2 babies now. It's like everybody's helping with the babies and running with the babies, and so. But it was good. Thank goodness. So happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Thank you. Same to you. And how old are the babies turning a year soon?
No, they are 1.5 years now.
Oh, they're a year and a half now. Okay.
Mm,
Oh, I
so-
was thinking that they were just born last
No.
summer.
No, they're
Oh.
1.5 years. So we have to change now with them. It's like my daughter, I was telling her that we need to start changing because they're changing. They don't like the toys anymore. And so she has to do some arrangements because they get bored with the things. And I say, oh my goodness, I forgot all about. And that's not my problem. That's yours. I can help you, but that's yours. So, but we are enjoying the babies a lot and
Oh, I
just keeping
bet.
ourselves busy. But it was a very nice to have the boys here and my son with the wives and everybody. It's too short, like always. Now I want a week. I say in summer I want a week with all together.
Yeah.
I will see.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Thanks.
Osho, are you there?
Yeah, no, I'm there.
How's it going for you?
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Just some reflections regarding your this last, what was that? Monday morning love note. I was just thinking that what it means to hold more of your soul.
Yeah.
One point that just comes to me, because Anna shared about Mother's Day, and I remembered I had some channeling on Mother's Day regarding power. You need power to take a stand while dealing with oppositions in the sense that when your authenticity is being questioned. So when more of your soul is being held, with more of the embodiment comes more of power.
Mhm.
So to hold more of your soul would mean to hold more of that power, which can get tricky. But yeah, with the more embodiment, and your shadows can also amplify. So you need a more expanded capacity to hold all of that, to really alchemize that completeness. So yeah, it just literally came to me just now. So I thought,
There
uh,
you go. You
yeah.
asked me and it came to you.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Start asking the universe. Not that I won't talk with you, but I think that when you put that question out, the answers came to you. Osho, you are channeling. You are absolutely doing exactly what I do to get the answers and whatever, what we're all doing. But it's like you get curious about something. It's like, well, what does that mean? What exactly does that mean to hold more of my soul? And when you sit with that intention, it's like, oh, then the answers come. Like it's amazing how it comes through. But you're so, so right. And that information came to me a few years ago, along with, the acknowledgement that as you hold more of your soul, you become so much more powerful. And so to remember the reverence around that, to stay in reverence of this intense power that you begin to hold. And that is when I really kicked things up with my women's circles, because I felt like as women creators, nothing against men, Osho, it's just as the women creators have the capacity to hold more of this power right now, we need to keep gathering to remember what our purpose is, to remember that we are visioning in this new world, and that we can bring peace and the divine masculine too. Eh, Absolutely. Right? So divine feminine, masculine, that's not male, female, that's we all have both. Right? So thank you. I'm so excited for you. Make sure you write this down, right? You are writing these things down that you're channeling, right?
Yeah, sure. I keep recording it, but I don't know, these recordings keep piling up in the mobile, these audio files. And then it's another huge task to then sit with the recording in future and transcribe them or something like that.
Yeah.
Anything in this connection? I was looking for some app, maybe if it can do an auto text conversion of the audio recordings or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I think here's what I would think is that first of all, if you use WeVideo or Vimeo, and put your recordings on there, your voice recordings, add in some beautiful video to go with it, like scenery, nature, or something. And then post it onto YouTube, Osho. Create a YouTube channel. The YouTube will put the captions up too for you. So just if you just start doing that, and you can create these beautiful videos, which is how I create my meditation videos for the sanctuary, is I record my voice, and you can add recordings in there, like you can upload recordings in there. And then add in music in the background, and I add in video of nature, and then download it and put it on YouTube. and that it will hold there for you. And you can save the YouTube links in like a file so that you never lose them. And you can also save, like it'll save on the WeVideo or Vimeo. So there you go. There's one guy that does it, and I can't remember his name, but he just paints pictures and he talks in the background. Like his audio is uploaded to a video of him painting a picture, right? And he has gotten so many followers. So people will start to follow you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And it takes courage, but you have to share what you are learning because you are incredibly powerful channeler, Osho. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Lori, you're up next. I can't wait to get into this conversation today, too. Yeah. Lori, how are you doing? You're in your car. You're muted. There
I
we go.
am in my car. There's just a lot going on in the office right now. So I said, I'm going out to my car.
Oops. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm just sitting in the parking lot. So, it's been a different kind of weekend for me. And I'm not confused is not the right word, but I'm just like, sitting and kind of waiting to understand the revelation of it. But I had like a lot of different kinds of setbacks this weekend. I had fallen down, so I had a lot of pain. So that was one.
Oh, no.
My husband, I had a open studio and nobody came. That was two. And then my husband's car got broken into, and it got disabled. You know, they really damaged his car. So that's out of commission. So that's three. And then we didn't get together for Mother's Day. So that's four. And so it was like a little barrage, felt like a little barrage from a lot of different areas. And I felt okay during all of it, which I feel is so weird that I would just like, okay, that's the way it is. Like, just like not attaching so much emotion and so much meaning and consequence and all that stuff to it, just kind of letting it be what it was. And so then I had a friend of mine, I called her, and she's a Reiki master, and I called her, I said, there's some energy here that I feel like I need to have, like, I need to pass it. It needs to go through. It needs to go away. And so we did a session yesterday, and I mean, the physical pain I was feeling is like 90% better today. So I could tell from that the pain is energy, so that's been my weekend. It's been kind of a strange weekend.
Kind of strange, but also a celebration for
Yeah.
being able to recognize, first of all, the energy around it, and secondly, how much stronger you are and able to hold your center through it all.
Right.
Because I was like, okay, what's the underlying theme here? But when you said, but I'm handling it fine, it's like, okay, we don't need to go there. This is
Yeah.
good.
I was like surprised by it. Like, surprised how different my reaction was. That I was like, okay, this is what it is. I don't have to attach anything to it. It's just
Yeah.
it's what it is.
Yay.
And I was like, wow, if I could get to the point where I'm not saying this is good or bad, this is right or wrong, if I could just get to where I'm just like accepting things as they are, it's just a lot of more peacefulness in my spirit for it. So
Amen.
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had many programs that were like people didn't sign up at all. and many things that didn't work out, many art sessions that no one showed up for, right? So, and many that were really good. So it always kind of, it can throw you a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, I recorded myself anyway, even though nobody was there. I recorded two things. I recorded a talk about one of my paintings, and then I recorded a meditation. Now, I recorded myself meditation. I've never done that before. Like, I've never, like, just done a meditation and just recorded it before. And I thought, I'm gonna use this. I'll use this at some point in the future. I'll just save, like, it's one file, but I will cut it into two. So it's a talk about the canvas. It'll be one, and then the other one will be the meditation, and then I'll do something with them. I don't know what. But I
Yeah,
felt like, hey, I'm using the time anyway. I've got this time. It's blocked out for this, and I'm gonna do it, whether somebody's here or not. So
good.
that's what I did.
Yay.
Mm.
Power to you. Yeah. Yeah. Jill, how are you doing?
I'm good. I felt like this last week was magical. I have channeled the grandmothers for a really long time. I started journaling about the grandmothers and looking back in my journals in 2021. So this weekend, I didn't realize the energy was gonna, I had known that we were having a lot of coronas happening. And so I'd listened to that the night before all the, the Aurora Borealis had shown up. But I'd been painting one of the grandmothers, which the grandmothers for me are turkey vultures, because they've come into my life for, I had them fly over my house, like a whole bunch of them, really slow. And it's like they brought in this beautiful energy and light and understanding. And so I decided to start painting them more. So the one that I brought in was just full of the beautiful colors that were all the aurora
Yeah, I saw that. It was
around the
cool.
world. And I just kind of finished her. I'd started her. She's several paintings, but that's what she ended up being, was the aurora, I call her. And I didn't, like, I woke up and my daughter had shared a bunch of aurora borealis up at her house, and then people here, and I'd missed it all. I didn't see them. And I didn't even know what was going on. And then, I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, I'm really so bummed, because that's something I've always wanted to see. And here it was. And I was channeling it, but I didn't know I was.
Oh, so
It-
cool.
It was very cool, to look at her and then compare her to all the colors. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty magical.
Oh, that is.
Yeah,
That is.
it was cool. And then on Mother's Day, I went for a beautiful hike with a friend, and then we went up and sat on the knoll and overlooked Lincoln City. And we were gone for like 4 hours, but I had brought at the last minute when I was meditating, it was like, bring some watercolor paper journals material along and do some doodles up there. So we did, and it was beautiful. It was a lot of fun. It's at one of the gals at the barn I'm at, but also she comes to all my classes. So, and it's a pretty difficult hike, but it was so beautiful and magical. It was just like a magical day. So anyway,
Oh,
the whole weekend was magical. So yeah.
so beautiful. Oh, thank you for sharing that with us. And the grandmother energy, so strong. Like it wasn't that amazing this past weekend. Like the colors were so intense. And what really, really I found so profound was how it was seen like across the world, and so far south. so far south that normally doesn't get the aurora borealis. So it was such a profound event for so many people that never get to see that are, oh, I'd always wanted to see that.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was, you know, Australia and Norway and England, and like people were posting from everywhere. It was like a shared event, you know, globally shared event. Sorry for the Southern Hemisphere, but it tried to reach you. So it was so, you know, gorgeous. And what I felt was last Wednesday night was, or Wednesday afternoon, I felt a huge shift in energy in the world. And as I at first, you know, you always interpret it as you, like this energy shifted, and I'm feeling more. I feel so much more love and peace and compassion and empathy to. And so then Thursday when I did that morning meditation, and it just was like, oh my gosh, overflowing with feeling and compassion for people in the world, for war-torn areas and children and, you know, women struggling. And, you know, I think if you saw that, it was like, okay, there's lots of emotion coming up here. I gotta go. Right? It's like, oh my gosh. And then Friday was when I realized this was a shift in the world, not just me, because I started seeing other people posting things, and I'm like, they're feeling it too. This is a global shift. And then, of course, when the aurora borealis showed up, it's like, okay, that's what this is about. This is bringing in new light codes, new opening, new peace and compassion. And it has not been easy for some people because it's cracking open their heart, and there's stuff coming up where they need compassion for themselves. And so you know, one woman I spoke to yesterday, so like deep in shame and blame for things she had done like 30 years ago, and just bringing her to a place of like, this is time to heal this. Like, you've been carrying this for far too long. This is time to heal and have compassion for yourself. And then another woman I had a meeting with yesterday was like, Mother's Day brought up all this grief. Her mother passed away 17 years ago. She's been fine. She's never worked, like it's never hit her like this. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I haven't really grieved either. I haven't processed that grief. So this is coming up. So all of this heart opening, cracking open, healing, compassion, forgiveness, letting go, like, oh, it's coming up for people in so many different ways. And so be aware of that with the people around you, and just, you know, hold space for them to process that. And yeah, hi Carrie, you're back. So Carrie, checking in with you. We were just talking about the aurora and the channeling that's been coming through, like for all you guys. Like, oh,
Yeah, sorry, the contractor showed up
that's
that's
okay.
working on our deck, and my husband doesn't do any of that stuff. And so I was like, I better go out there for just a couple minutes and make sure we're on the right track. But I did that retreat the weekend before, and that really blew me open. And then I kind of tried to almost ignore the aurora borealis. And that sounds weird, but there was just so much going on that it was like, if I pay attention to that, I'm going to just get sucked out into the universe and might not come back. But it's just some amazing stuff happening. And I've really noticed an uptick in my own, you call it channeling, just my awareness of my own, you know, dreams and things that are going on. And it's pretty amazing right now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of did the same. I turned everything off. Like I often will, while I was outside doing like gardening. We had a gorgeous weekend here. So gardening and painting my lawn furniture. And I normally would listen to different things, YouTube videos, podcasts, that sort of thing. And I didn't. I just turned it all off and felt a real pull, like just I don't want any technology. I don't want anything. I just want to be, and just turned on some nice music and did my thing outside. And I spent the entire weekend in the sun, basically, like being outside and just soaking it up. So it was beautiful. And for me, I always need time to process it and feel it. And, come the, a couple days later, and it's like, okay, now there's more integrating, there's more understanding coming through, right? So we don't have to be like the on the ball intuitive. However, we're going to talk about dreams, and oh my gosh, the dreams the past week have been unbelievable, and a lot of like psychic clips to it. So yeah, it's interesting. But let's start with our meditation first, and then we'll get into that. So whew, you guys create your space there, get ready, and I'm going to walk you through this. And we will settle in. And I will also, I think during this, I will also read the channeling for you that came through for this particular module. But let's just, first of all, get comfortable. Close your eyes. Take in some nice, long, deep breaths. Feel yourself, just dropping in, settling into this moment. Long, slow, deep breaths. Surrendering into this moment, right here, right now. Setting your intention to come within, creating space for your wisdom to come through. Creating space for that bigger part of you as you soften your heart and open it up to that beautiful light in your heart. Feel yourself there. Feel into the peace, the calm that is there in the center of your heart. Bringing your consciousness into your heart. So seeing your consciousness as a point of light. That is your attention and intention. Bring that into your heart space and let it be held in the center of your heart. And just breathe into that. Let it expand, your heart light expand out until it is completely surrounding you. This beautiful heart light frequency. And continue to see your point of consciousness like a bright star in the center of your heart. Even though you are standing in this sphere of light from your heart. Holding your point of consciousness right there. And then seeing that channel of light that goes straight down from your heart, down through your body, down your legs, through your feet into the earth, all the way down, connecting to the heart of Mother Earth. Feel that connection sync up. Feel her love. Feel her heartbeat. Feel her stability and strength coming back up into your body. Breathe it in. Take a minute to see it flooding through your entire body and energy fields. And then from your heart, see that channel of light, that beautiful silver cord that is always there, connecting you to your source. And see that grow brighter and bigger, looking up into the source light, allowing it to flood down to you. This beautiful high frequency, unconditional, reverent love, grace. Let it flow down. And as we hold that reverent love for the universe, for the source also has that reverent love for you. Good to remember that you are held in reverence, in the highest respect, that you have chosen to come here. And you are always supported, never left alone. This light is here for you, pouring down at all times, in all ways. Trust, have faith. I want you to see that point of consciousness move from your heart up into your third eye, up into the center of your head, behind your forehead there. Just see this point of light move up there. Let it shine and radiate. And as you have your eyes closed, bring your focus to the darkness behind your eyelids, to about 9 or 10 inches in front of you with your eyes closed. Holding that light within your third eye in the center of your head, allowing that light to awaken your third eye, to clean it, polish it, clear it up. And And just notice what you see behind your eyelids. At first, it's dark. Then you'll see light. You may see images. And there's a flood of light coming down from the universe, pouring into that place to support you. Just breathe here for a minute. Imagining that light cleansing, clearing, dissolving anything that is blocking this third eye from full illumination. Call in your guides, your angels, your teachers, your healers of the highest truth and compassion to circle up with you, to help you see more clearly, through your third eye. Imagine it's like polishing up a diamond there. Stay there with this light, allowing the light to do the work, and just be. Hold your intention to clean and clear that third eye chakra to help you see more clearly. To know that the stars are your ancestors. They have dreamed the dream before you. You're walking on their path that they lay down before you came, and it continues. You hold the staff now, but need only look up for their guidance. Their vision, much more expanded than yours right now. And so the dream time is your connection with them. It's a time to nurture that connection, to hear their messages, listen for their wisdom. You connect through your visioning and your dream. You connect through your heart. You connect when you have a deep, heartfelt desire to connect. And as you clean up your nighttime visioning, your daytime vision is also cleared until you begin to see it the same. There's no difference between the two. Sweeping the dust away, clean up all the areas. Your dreams become more clear. Your daytime vision becomes more clear. Your heart becomes more clear. And it is all around you, 360 degrees in your life. Your dream time become lucid. Becoming lucid creates more wholeness in your ability. You are asleep half the time, but you can become awake and have the full 360 degree experience. You'll not suffer from what you fear is lack of sleep. Instead, your energy field becomes polished. Dreams, dreaming your heart's desires, and lucid dreaming are all one. There's no separation. They're all facets of your diamond self. It's like cleaning the fog from the window and gaining so much light and clarity. You'll wonder why you stayed asleep for so long. And we remain here for you always. And as you hold this light in your third eye, seeing your heart light shining up from below, the universal cosmic source light shining down from above, feeding into this center. With your point of consciousness there, you will awaken that third eye vision into more clarity. Do this meditation throughout the month. Be patient. Don't force anything. Just allow the cleaning and clearing to happen. For each of you, it will happen at the right time. Taking in a few more deep breaths here. We're going to start to come back soon. Feeling so much gratitude to all the support and love around us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're all in this together. Begin to move your body, wiggle your fingers and toes, stretching your neck. When you're ready, opening your eyes to come on back. Okay. Keep doing that. It'll come. How, how many of you, just hands up, remember your dreams? Excuse me. Sometimes, right? And I know one thing they say is to write out your dreams as soon as you wake up because you will forget them. Right now, people are having more and more vivid, intense dreams. That is part of all of this new awakening. So it's getting easier and easier for us. And I go through spells of not remembering, and then I have a profound dream, and it's like, oh, okay, now I remember. But I've also found that if you have someone that you can talk to about your dreams and just say, hey, you know what? I had this dream last night. It also helps you remember your dreams. And so then you begin to dream more and wake up more, remembering those dreams. So there's different kinds of dreams. There's just regular dreams where your brain is processing, right? And working things out while you sleep. There are message dreams that come through. These are usually much more vivid for you, and you feel it. Like there's a lot more emotions, and there's perhaps more color. There's lucid dreams, and lucid dreams are, just to be clear so we all understand, a lucid dream is when you're dreaming and you suddenly recognize that you're dreaming and you become awake in your dream. When you lucid dream, it's not just that you wake up in your dream, but everything is as clear as if you were fully awake in the daytime. Every detail, every color, every pattern, like everything is super clear. And one of the things that I first started doing when I started lucid dreaming was, I'm dreaming, I can fly. So then I would fly. I would just like, okay, because I'm dreaming, I can fly. And I would play around with flying. And so that became quite a pattern for me. And it was kind of a way to say, yes, I am dreaming. And you get to control the dream then. So when you're lucid dreaming, it's like, okay, I know I'm dreaming right now, so I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to call this in. Now, the trick is to remember. So dream yoga is when we seek enlightenment through lucid dreaming. And so it's good, to have intentions for your lucid dreaming. And I am not an expert in any means. I've just kind of read a lot about it because I have had a lot of lucid dreams, but I still am not to the point where I can remember to ask questions in the dream, like deep enlightenment questions, right? And also to be able to hold it for very long, because you can feel yourself slipping away and waking up. One of the things I learned to do in my lucid dream is when I feel the dream slipping away, I bring my focus into one thing in the dream. Like I've even had myself go like right down to the grass to a dandelion or something and really focus on that dandelion, and then the dream strengthens and then I can pull away and continue for a little bit. But it takes a lot of practice to be able to do that. So if you're interested in lucid dreaming, which is kind of what Carlos Castaneda talks about in his books. And also I have several books. I wrote them in the back. I have Lucid Dreaming, this one, and it's The Gateway to the Inner Self by Robert Wagner. And I wrote that in your module. I think I wrote the books down. Dream Gates by Robert Moss is another one. And then the one I really like is Dream Yoga, and that's by Andrew Holacek. And he has a couple books out. And so this one I really like because it's more about seeking enlightenment, which was part of the channeling message was like, yeah, you're awake and conscious through your day. You can seek enlightenment. You can continue with self-awareness through your day. But do you know that if you learn how to use your dream time, you can continue to seek enlightenment through those hours of the night too? So it becomes then a 360-degree school for you type of thing, right? So lucid dreaming is a lot of fun. And then there's dreams of other lives, which we talked about last week, past lives. There's precognitive dreams. And then there's also recurring nightmares, which are good to break down and analyze, right? Your nightmares are trying to tell you something. When fear comes up in your dreams, try and embrace that fear instead of running from it. Try and go, okay, this fear is here because it's trying to tell me something, and I need to listen to it. So if you have a recurring nightmare, then that's something you want to pay attention to. And they're also different and unique. Dreaming of like the messages, dreams of people that have passed on that come through with messages. Those are very, again, profound. So when you wake up and you've had a dream that's really sticking with you, that has shifted you in how you're feeling, in your emotions, those are the dreams of messages coming through for you. Pay attention to those. They're beautiful gifts. The language of our dreams are all unique and to each of us. So for me, like finding your own symbolic messages is important. So just like when you're channeling, like Jill, when you channel in the vultures, it's like that has a special meaning for you. Same thing in your dreams. When I dream of bears, there's something going on within my family, and it's waking my mother bear up and saying, wake up, pay attention, because something's going on here. Before my mother passed, I had so many dreams of bears and moose too. And when she found out, she was not well through the summer, but kept it hidden from us. And in September, her lung collapsed. And so they took her to the hospital and, said, well, your lung collapsed. No wonder you're in pain and you're sick. And then they found tumors, and she died by October 22nd, like within 30 days, she died. And I was 3,000 miles away. But I had been having dreams of bears and moose, and they were like fighting. And I had this recurring dream for about 3 nights in a row of this bear and this moose. And that's when then I found out my mom was in the hospital. And these dreams kept coming up, and my sister was in them. And so it was like, there's something going on here. And then when they, said it's cancer and there's, it's not good. And I'm like, okay, I need to go. I was driving to the airport. And there was a mother moose that had been hit by a car on the road, and a baby moose standing on the side of the road, and the fish and wildlife officers were all there trying to take care of that baby moose. But it just hit me hard. I just started bawling because I was like, I knew my mom was dying in that moment. I knew it was done, right? Like, and so like because I had been dreaming about moose, and moose is very much a mother nurturing symbol, and bear too, right? And bear is also a healer. Like there's an indication. The night before, my son, when he was in grade 4, he fell and broke his arm at school. I dreamt bears were chasing him, and I was panicked. Like I woke up in a panic trying to get him into the car. Like, so there's recurring symbols for me. And so find your language in your dreams and begin to recognize those symbols for yourself. Now, you can also get non-relevant psychic messages. Like last week, well, I talked about the energies shifting. Energies have shifted in my family. It has happened. Yay. More peace, more love, more heart opening has happened. And I'm like, oh, finally. But I had a dream that my husband, and it was in the house I grew up, and I dreamt that we were there, and I was there with my grandson, and I was holding him and bouncing around because he wasn't feeling well. I looked out the front window. My husband was there cleaning up branches with my 2 sons, and they were putting them all into the truck. I'm like, okay, that's weird. Why would I dream this? Well, then this past weekend, my son came over to borrow our lawnmower because he doesn't have one. He looked up, he goes, you guys really need to trim those branches because they're hanging over wires. And I'm like, yeah, I know, we need to get at that. And he goes, well, I can just climb up on the garage roof right now and do it right now. And next thing you know, my husband and him are cutting branches down and cleaning up the tree. What does that mean? Nothing, except that it was very psychic. Like it was like, okay, this is weird, you guys, right? So it's like you can have these snippets. And even my daughter last week, she was telling me about these dreams she was having. And I'm like, oh dear Lord, you're more intuitive than you know, because I was trying to keep something away from her, keep quiet about a conversation I had with my sons. And I'm like, Jesus, you already know, right? So people are having more dreams that are intuitive, that are saying, you know what, you guys, we're all connected. We're all connected. And in our psychic abilities, we can't hide anything from each other anymore. And I'm going to pause there. Go ahead if you guys have anything you want to say.
I just want to say that I have, oh, I got somebody coming up my driveway. I've had dreams of things happening in my community. And that like the dreams come 7 months before, quite a long time before they happen. And then they come true. And that's always disturbed me because there's nothing that like I couldn't I didn't realize that, at the time that they were going to come true. And there was no way of like even warning anybody other than, you always have those like, wow, if I could only understand those dreams more and maybe help make a difference
Mhm.
before things happen. But, I guess it's just a sign that, hey, this is going to happen and you're going to just have to deal with it, I guess.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not meant for us to be interfering with, right? It's just an awareness, but it also so letting it go. And it's like, if you have these dreams, usually it's like after it all unfolds that you go, oh my gosh,
Mhm.
that dream was, predicting this, right?
Right.
And
'Cause I
so
write those dreams down because if they're that clear and that, I always like, this is a message. I don't know when this is going to happen, but this is a message. And so I can generally go back through my journals and find what the date was.
right.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
there's nothing I can do. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah. Then there isn't. But what it is showing you is how time is not linear.
Mhm.
And there is energy. Like it's showing you that there is more here.
Mhm.
And you are opening up to it or have a sensitivity to that.
Mhm.
So allowing it not to mean anything, kind of like what Lori was saying, allowing it not to mean anything like, oh, I failed, I didn't get the message, and then I didn't warn them. It's like, no, it's just allowing us to see that there's more to this world than what we realize. There is a time is not linear. It is malleable. You can move it back and forth and shift it. And, it's like awareness. To me, it's awareness. And I truly believe that if we say, okay, universe, if there's any way that I need to step up and do something, please send a clearer message. Like clear this up for me because I don't know what you want. And if you're trying to get me to take action, then I need more clarity because we can ask for that. Absolutely. It's like we're not supposed to sit here and try to figure the riddles out. It's like, come on, universe, let's communicate some more here and figure this out. But there's a lot of people that are just more sensitive to that and more open to it. It is the gift.
Sometimes
Sometimes,
I feel like that.
Right. I understand.
sometimes I think it's to help you prepare for something as opposed to that you have to do something about it, but just to
Mhm.
help you get ready for
Well,
that.
that's sort of what I feel like the grandmothers that come to me are like, they're preparing me for something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I think it's, there's big shifts, change happening, and I think they're just gathering around and they're gonna help with these shifts.
Yeah. And your visions that you have in your meditations are just as important as these spontaneous dreams, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. But for many years in the beginning, it was, get the vision, get the dream, the event happens, and then you go back and go, oh, got it. That now I understand that, right? I know when my daughter, they thought she had cancer just prior to that, I had had a vision and a meditation of Noah's Ark, of like, prepare, get ready, get everything, prepared. And then we went into this kind of spiraling panic because we thought she was told she had, the doctor said, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's cancer, but we're going to do a biopsy just to be sure in her glands. And so for the month we were like, she's got cancer. So it was like, I had to prepare the ship. I had to be the one to keep everything afloat. And so it's very symbolic, right? I mean, thankfully it turned out to be benign, which was like shocking. We were like, oh, okay. But yeah. So
Yeah.
but our dreams are a big part of our learning too. Big part of messages coming through when we don't interfere with it or question it, which is really nice. Anyways, any other thoughts or comments?
I just know that I dream more vividly and clear when I'm like last weekend when I was at the retreat center. That was part of what we we're doing, but I had a quiet place. And then like the big dreams where I dream night after night, a continuation. Sometimes it's a past life, sometimes it's a parallel life, I think. And but I have to not be in the everyday craziness to really, I don't know, remember it, but really focus on it.
Oh yeah. Pull away from the routines. And beautiful place to be in a retreat center.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And also I noticed that I dream more strongly during new moons rather than full moons. But might be opposite. A lot of people say it's the opposite for them. The best time for lucid dreaming is like the 2-hour time frame, any dreaming before you wake up. But lucid dreams often, actually every time I've had a lucid dream, it's been in the morning when I go back to sleep, like on a Sunday or a weekend when I fall back to sleep. That's when I'll have my lucid dream because I'm not as tired. And you can just set intentions to have lucid dreams. And lucid dreams really can leave you with quite a high afterwards too. Like you just feel this exhilaration, this high. Yeah. Any other thoughts about dreams, you guys? Because this is kind of like what we want to do is just set intention to be paying attention to our dreams. I have a nighttime journal that I have beside my bed where I write in before I go to sleep. I write in my journal at night, and it can be, I always request that, the new light codes of information come through that I'm ready for. As I sleep, take me to, the learning halls where I can learn more, go deeper. So I write out my intention, but also you could be using that in the morning if you want to record your dreams too, because that's just a technique they've always, those that study dreams and do lots of lucid dreaming, they say, writing them down will help you dream more as you each night. So yeah.
Another really beautiful book that I've read several times actually is The Awake Dreamer by Samantha Fay. And she's a podcaster, but she's a psychic, and she talks a lot about the different dreams and, just a way to understand the different dreams that come through.
What's
So,
her last name?
Frey or Faye. It's Faye,
Okay.
Samantha Fay. Yeah, she does her podcast is Enlightened Empaths, and then psychic teachers. So she's got two. She does one with Deb Bowen and one with another lady. And I've had readings with not her, but with both of the people that that she has her podcasts with, and they do a really beautiful job.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I will definitely connect with her and
Yeah.
take a look at her book.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we're kind of past time, I know, and I want to respect if anyone has to leave, it's okay. But if you want to stay and talk any more about this, I'm happy to stay, but otherwise that's it. And Karen, we missed you and love you. Karen is at a retreat this week where she gets to actually teach painting at the retreat. So she's super excited. I'm so happy for her. That's fabulous. That's what I love doing. I love getting invitations to retreats to teach.
And I wanted to just share with you my painting from my retreat last weekend.
Oh, that's
Oh, I love-
gorgeous.
She's so happy. I love her.
You're right.
We-
She is.
Somebody said something about Avatar, but I think it's Hanuman is what's coming through. Who's one of my favorite yogi gods, Hindu gods.
Oh,
Beautiful.
so beautiful. Love it. It's like the colors are popping out of the darkness. So
Yeah, and it was funny because the gal who was running the retreat, she's a beautiful painter. I think I said this before, but she just sat and said, just paint the colors you saw in your dreams or this or that. And I was painting layers like we do. And one of the gals like, how did you do that? Could you tell me? So it was kind of like I got to do a little side teaching. So it was fun. And then she invited me to go to Ireland with her and
ooh,
Nice.
be a retreat person. So we'll see what comes of that. I'm very excited about that possibility, but
nice. Yeah.
yeah.
Having like a dreaming retreat is very cool. I love that idea.
I do too.
Yeah, it was a good one. And she knows how to bring out, and then you ask the other people in the group and you frame it. If it was my dream, this is what I would take it to mean, or, this is what my dream, if it was my dream.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of gives you a different perspective of what they think that meant, but you have yours too. So
That's
yeah.
cool. Now, what's her name? Is she local or is she online?
Her name is Colleen. Oh God, I've got too many Colleens in my life. I'll think of it in a second.
Okay.
She, when I owned a tea house in Coeur d'Alene, from 2017 through 2019, I think. And she came in and asked if I would mind hosting her book signing event. And I was like, sure. And then, then she does soul collage. She's a therapist and has worked in treatment centers, but so she's had a lot of different trainings that, psychology type trainings. And then she started painting and along with it. And so she has a beautiful book. Again, it's gonna not come right to the forefront.
That's okay. Maybe just
But
put it in the group if you think of it. Mhm.
yeah, I'll put it on our little communication page. So, but yeah, I go to their retreats, her and this other woman, Sandra. I go twice a year if they land on the right date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
just
Mhm.
a nice little retreat center that she had next to us. So,
That's not,
yeah.
I'm just curious because it's not something I've ever heard of anyone having. So I would be interested in that if it shows up again, just to keep exploring the dream time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it isn't always about dreams. I think this was the first time we did dreams like that, where
Yeah.
and I'll ask Colleen if she, if maybe she'll want to do just a dream
Mhm.
one,
Cool.
so, yeah.
All right. Okay. So the other thing that we could, you could paint too is owls, right? Owls are very connected to the dream time. So, because they see in the dark. So when we do paint on the 28th, you could choose, like we were talking about, painting insects, bees, dragonflies, things of connected with nature, but you could also choose to paint an owl if you so are drawn to that.
Owls are were my daughter's power animal.
Oh, nice.
So,
So yeah, and maybe that dream that you had with your daughter, maybe something will come through as kind of a painting. Did you do a painting around that?
I don't know how to make what I saw
Mhm.
on slate. Yeah, it was just like, it was too etheric.
Right.
Maybe someday I'll be able to, but I just can't figure out how to make it. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
what you see. I understand.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I'll let you go. Have a beautiful day. I will see you back here tomorrow for our talk on energetics. Okay. I'll send you out a link for that too. Yeah.
Great.
Awesome. All right. Bye, you guys. Have a great day.